Alright, so welcome to converting your database with MailChimp. Now, just a show of hands, how many of you already took my advice and already went and opened up your MailChimp account? So 1, 2, 3, half the room. Other half doesn't have it. Any of you out there right now currently using a email marketing platform?
Constant Contact.
Constant Contact. How do you like it?
Good.
Good. Have you tried importing a big list yet?
Yeah, easy.
It is? Okay. Because I know I've used Constant Contact and I dislike them because if any email comes up on the do not email list, your whole list will become flagged. So it's a tricky situation with Constant Contact. So the best one I've come across is MailChimp. Okay, at least because it's the free version. To me, it's easier to use than Constant Contact. It has much nicer analytics than Constant Contact, and you can send 12,000 emails a month. Now, even myself, I don't even send half of that per month, and you guys probably hate me for sending out so much email every single month. You know, I probably send out maybe 8 to 10 emails a month, and again, that's only taking up maybe 3,000 or 4,000 of my entire usage, and that resets every month, that 12,000 number. Okay, and MailChimp is a little bit more flexible when it comes to importing. If your email becomes they unsubscribe, you can re-import them if you want to, and most like Constant Contact will not allow you to do that. If they do, they'll send them an email saying that they want to confirm it. Have you tried doing that?
No.
Okay, so if you do try to add them back, Constant Contact's a stickler about it. They're going to send them an email saying, this person's trying to add you back on their list. Can you please confirm if you would like to receive subscription again? So it just makes it tough. Just same thing with like the MLS with Tempo. If they opt out, you can't add them back in. They have to say they want to become on the list again if that happens. So what I've been doing for the past couple of years is MailChimp. It's worked the best. The next step up, something I'm just starting to test out now, is called Salesforce, and I'll probably do a seminar on that in 2 to 3 months from now. But that's a much bigger system entirely than just email marketing itself. So keep that in your mind. That'll be in the back of your head for the next couple of months. But this is a great system to get started. So converting your database, when you go to MailChimp.com and just as it's spelled right here, my mouse isn't there, but MailChimp, okay, .com, that's the website where you're going to go and sign up. And today's agenda. One, we're going to create an account. I'm going to show you how to do that. Very simple. We're going to create and import a list, which is the very foundation of your marketing career with email. Okay, if you don't have a list, you're not going to get anywhere because you have to have people to market to in order for this to work. Create an email. How to create a nice email, how to schedule it, how to run different tests, okay, certain things like that. And then also reading analytics. My biggest thing with everything I do is I got to be able to see the analytics of it. I want to see the ROI. If I can't track it, I'm usually not going to do it because to me it's not worth it. You know, if you could send out 5,000 postcards and not know who's going to open it or who's going to see it, or send out 5,000 emails and know exactly who's going to open it, know how hot they are on your list, which one would you prefer? Knowing everything about the person. And that's why MailChimp is so great, because after you start sending your clients email after email after email, you will get to see who is your hot performer. And they rate it by 1 to 5 stars. 1 being cold, 1 being on fire. Okay, so who are you going to call? People that are on fire. So that's what I do. Everyone that's on fire, those are the people I market more to. Those are the people I pick up the phone and try and contact. Because somebody that's not opening my email, they're not really that interested in me. And everything will go in a wave. You know, they'll be interested right now because they're ready to buy after you sell them a home. They're not going to be that hot because you've already sold them a home. But maybe in 2 years, they're going to be ready to refinance. So they're going to be ready to sell again. So they're going to start seeing that. You're going to start seeing those 5 stars coming back again. Ready to get started? All right, so for those of you that don't already have an account, when you go on the sign up or MailChimp.com, it'll say sign up for free. You can see that with the red arrow and the black sign up button right there. Go ahead and click on that. And I'm not going to get into the details of it, but signing up for an account is the same thing as signing up for every other account. Name, address, email, phone number. It's going to ask you for your business information as well because you are sending out commercial email. So that will be published at the bottom, so don't recommend putting your home address, put your business address, okay? And now jumping right into create, list, and import. So this is two different slides right here, one on top, one on bottom. I separated it with that little purple double-sided arrow. So the one on top, you can see that's my browser. That's how it's going to look as soon as you log in. That's what you'll see. So it says lists right on top. You're going to click on that. Underneath, you can see where it says create list. That's what we're going to click on again. Good with me so far? Okay. So after you click on create list, it's going to ask you new list or groups. Do you really want to create a new list, or do you want to just subdivide an existing list with groups? For most of us, we're going to be adding a completely new list. Okay, so click on create list. As soon as you click on that, the next page is going to open up, set up your new list. So you're going to create a list name. So you can separate this: buyers, sellers, past clients, leads, all clients, however you want to create your lists. Okay, my list that I use right now, I have two: one for agents, one for clients. And for mine, for clients, it's buyers, sellers, leads, closed sales, whatever. They're on that drip campaign. I don't care if I've already sold them a house a month ago and I'm telling them I got a new listing. They're going to get it because it's going to change the next month. It's going to change the next month. It's going to change the next month. Okay? Not every email has to be related to what they are looking for. All of us get email all the time from the same person, but it's usually one or two out of the year that interests us. Okay? That's really how email marketing is done. Okay? So you're going to have your list name. So again, make it so that you understand what the list is. So if this is past clients, put past clients so you know where to put these people. Okay, because again, you'll find a spreadsheet from 10 years ago that you thought you lost, and you found it, and now you're going to import them back in again. So you don't want to put them in anything else but your past clients. Your default from name. Now, if you have a tagline or a phrase or whatever you call yourself, if you're Jonathon Villaescusa, that's what I brand myself, Jonathon Villaescusa. That's your default from name. That's what they're going to see. Who's it from? If you're, Josh Altman, professional real estate, rapper, singer, realtor extraordinaire, then that's what you'll put, whatever your title is. Okay, your default reply to email. Okay, whatever email you're going to be checking the most is what I recommend putting in there. Now, unless you have really analytical and you want to have a special email for this, then you can do that. But use something you're going to be checking every single day. Okay, your default subject. I would put in this line in all caps. Change this subject line, because if you forget to put a subject line on your campaign, it's going to put this default message in there, and you never want that to happen. So make sure in all caps, change this subject line, so that when you're creating your campaign, you go, oh shoot, I got to change this. It's telling you, it's reminding you, because I've done it before and I've sent it with my default and it looked really bad. So you don't want to do that. So it's a little tip. And now you're going to remind people how they got on your list, because you are importing them. You do have to give them fair warning of it. Okay, so if it's a brand new list, you don't have to select where it says copy permission remainder from other lists. You don't have to do that. On that box below it, it's going to say write a short reminder of how the recipient joined your list. So you're going to say past client, sold you a property, we've done business in the past, whatever it is. Keep it generic so it applies to everyone. Okay. Now the information below, my account was already set up, so it's going to have the same information. Excellence Real Estate, 12631 East Imperial Highway, so on and so forth. Just verify that that information is correct. Okay. And notifications, you should check all those. Daily summary, 1 by 1 for subscribe and 1 by 1 for unsubscribe. I want to know who's subscribing to my list, who's unsubscribing from my list, and I want to know the daily activity for each email. Sound about right? Okay. And now email format. People can pick email format, HTML, plain text, or mobile. You want to give them this option, because if they're looking on a computer, it's automatically going to get imported as HTML, so that's where it looks the prettiest. But if they're on their iPhone, HTML may not look the prettiest, so you're going to want to switch it to a mobile version. Now, if they have like images turned off or an extremely old phone, like a BlackBerry, then they're probably going to get a text message if it's like a really old BlackBerry or something like that. Okay.
What should it be?
I use HTML. Yeah. Yeah, when you're setting up your list, you want everything to go out as HTML. That looks the prettiest. It's the biggest resolution size. You can put the photos in it. I mean, everything that's on HTML can go for mobile. It's just mobile is built for this size screen, and HTML is built for the computer. Now, if you try to reconvert it for the computer, it's not going to come out right. It's going to be tiny. But it works the reverse way. So that's why I always put HTML. Good with that part? Okay, so we're still on creating your list and importing. So after you're done that, the next page is going to say done for now. What you're going to do on the right hand side of that, it's going to have a little gear wheel. You're going to click on that, and then underneath, in the little pop-up box that opens up, it's going to say import. That's what we're going to click on. Now hopefully you already have a huge list in Excel format, and if not, I'm going to explain to you how to get that done right now. So as soon as you click on import, it's going to ask you upload a file. You can get it from a bunch of different places. In Excel, make columns. Name column A, first name. Column B, last name. Column C, email. Column D, address. Column E, buyer or seller. Okay, and market, or buyer or seller, whatever the case may be. Put as much detailed information in this as possible that you can. Okay, because so you can start seeing all the different analytics for everyone that you're sending this email to. Okay, because if you put them in there without this information, again, you're trying to use this as a database too. If you're not seeing all this information, you're not going to know where to contact them, or you're going to have to try and, you know, scroll through your index to find that phone number. So just put it all in there, makes it nice and easy. Okay. And again, in Excel, when you're done saving it, you're going to save as .csv. Everyone knows what that is? Comma separated values. Okay. So that when you import this, comma separated values. That is the best way to save it. Okay, and it's not, you don't have to do anything fancy. Just when you're in Microsoft Excel and it says save as, make sure where it says document type, it's going to say .xls to start, because that's Excel format. Click there, it'll say .csv. You can change it. Okay. So once you do that, on the right there where it says import from, it says upload from file. That's where you're going to browse for your CSV file. Okay. And on the bottom below that, it's going to say auto update my existing list. Takes longer. So as you already get your list going, you may mistakenly add the same person again, and you don't want to have 2 of the same contact, or 3, or 4, or 5, and then you start becoming a nuisance sending them 4, 5, 6 of the same email. Nobody wants that. So click on auto update. Says, okay, if this email is in here, this first name and this last name all match up. We're not going to add them to the list. We just might change some of the information. Maybe previously you didn't have a last name, but now you do. Or you didn't have a phone number, but now you do. Okay, so that's all it will do. And it'll let you know which ones were in that list. Okay. Now the next part, this is the beautiful thing about MailChimp, is when you upload your file, it gives you columns, so you can name every single column so that nothing is mistaken for the wrong thing. So as we go through this, this is a list that I imported out of Eventbrite. All my events that you guys sign up for, I export that data, I put it back into Eventbrite. Now if you're already on the list, great, it just self-updates. If you're not on the list, welcome to it. So it does a nice job with the fields, so you can see with the arrows, the red ones. Take a look. Last name, what does it say on the column? Last name. First name, what does it say on the column? First name. Email address, what does it say on the column? Email. And each of those fields, that's what you're going to make it save it as. Okay. So starting from left, it says preferred format. I don't need the attending number, so I'm going to click on delete. Okay. Now once I get to last name, first name, email address, phone number, all the pertinent information, I'm going to click on OK and save that. Okay, because that's what I want the column to be read as either first name, last name, email, whatever I'm looking for. Good with that part? Once you are done through that whole list, you're going to click on all done up on top, blue arrow. Okay, that'll confirm that you want to save those options. After you're done creating the list, the new page is going to look like this. So every time you add these lists, you're going to see big jumps. So you can see from October 2011 to November 2011, I must have had a huge event because I jumped up over 200 people on my list. And then again, the same thing happened in March. From March to April, I jumped up another 200 people again. Okay, so I probably did a huge event, got tons of information, sat there, put my list together, imported it. Okay, now these small little spurts that you see, these are people that I'm meeting at events, pick up a couple of their business cards, welcome to my list. People that are signing up for my website. They automatically get the information, they sign up, boom, I don't even have to do anything. They did it automatically, they sign themselves up. So that's what you want. You want to see a very gradual organic growth. Okay. Email lists are not built in a day. If you buy an email list, proceed with caution, because if a lot of these emails come back bounced or bad, your MailChimp account will get deleted. They'll deactivate your account. Now, what they'll tell you is remove this list. We don't want any of these emails put in this account anymore. Same thing with constant contact. If you get these lists banned, then you're done. Okay, start from scratch. So it's better to grow it organically and just avoid all that hassle, because those bot lists, you know, I bought one from the Board of Realtors. There was like 30,000 emails and about 30% came back bad. Not really that beneficial for me, you know. So try and do it as organic as possible. That's going to work the best. And really, if you do it that way, more people are going to open your emails because they know you already, or they just met you, and they're going to like your content even more. Brand new people, you know, delete junk, you know, unsubscribe. So just take that into consideration as you're going through this. Oh, that was the last slide. So we're done with creating the list. And, you know, cancel that. I'm just going to minimize. So after you're done creating the list, today, like I said, see 30 subscribers imported or updated, so I got those today. You're going to click on Create Campaign. Now there's a few different campaigns you can do. This is the main part of email marketing, because this is the email everyone's going to see. Now you can do a regular old campaign, plain text campaign, A and B split campaign, and RSS driven campaign. Now all of you are brand new, you're guppies. So what are you guys going to do? A and B split campaign, because you guys don't know what's going to work. You don't know what's not going to work, so you need to test everything out. Let me zoom in. Right here. So create campaign, A and B split campaign. Good with this part? Okay. Let me zoom back out so you guys can try and see this all. So what would you like to test? There's subject lines, from names, delivery date, and times. Now, subject lines is a subject line. So you can test two different subject lines. One could be just listed, 3-bed, 2-bath, fully remodeled, price thousands under market value. Or the other one could be first-time buyer special, buy this home with $2,500 down. Two different subject lines, same email, but you're testing the open rate. Okay, because you want to make sure when you send this email out that people are going to open it, because they're not going to see the email, they're going to see the subject line. So if your subject line is not catchy, it's not going to work. Okay. Now, I used to do delivery date and times, and this is more geared for agents because that's what I primarily market to as agents right now. But also, you're going to want, in addition to testing your subject lines, you're also, after this email goes out, you're going to want to test your delivery date and times. Okay, so depending on your clientele, who you have in this list, is going to depict what is the best date and time. So if your clients all go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning and they don't check email till 8 o'clock at night, then maybe you should send out email 8 o'clock at night. Okay, so you want to test things to the best of the ability. Agents, 10 o'clock in the morning is probably the best time to email agents, because they're just getting in the office, they're still drinking their coffee, and that's the first thing they do is check email. So that's when my emails go out, in between 9 and 10, because I got your attention. But everyone else, it's a little bit different. Okay. Now your test group, you can click down here and change how much you want to send it to, but usually 20% is going to be a pretty good number to send it to. So 80% is going to be sent to the winning list. So out of A and B, if you send 50 to A and 50 to B, and A is the winner, that 80% is going to be sent to the winner list, whatever that subject line was or whatever that delivery date and time was. Okay. Now, should we pick a winner? Of course, you're going to say yes. You don't want to do this manually. So you can either do open rate or click rate. Now, starting off, you're going to want to do open rate, because starting off brand new, you want people to open your emails. You want to see what's the keywords people are looking for, the emails that you're sending, and you're not really this concerned right now with testing the click rate, because if you can't get people to open your email, you're not going to get a click rate. Okay, so you want to get your click rate high first before you start testing your click rate. Okay, step 1, step 2. So after first, so you're going to put 1 hour. Okay, so usually when I was testing this out, I would send out my email at 9 o'clock, and I'd have it set either open rate or click rate, and whatever the winner was would be sent at 10 because I'm still in the morning time frame for agents. Okay, so the same effect with your clients. You're gonna test out your subject lines. After you find out what are good winners for those, then you're gonna start testing your delivery date and times. After you find out that winner, you can move back to the subject lines and click on click rate and change that up. After you get really good at this, you won't have to do these testings anymore because you'll already know what is working and what isn't. What lingo to talk. Are you going to talk very proper? Or are you going to talk very common? Right? There's mirroring, right? From mirroring your clients, that's what you're going to be trying to find out. How you best approach them. So you good with this part? Okay. So next you're going to go on recipients. And there you can see I have quite a few different lists, but the list I use the most is Excellence RE WordPress. And I'm going to send to entire lists. Now I'm not going to get into segments because I don't use it and I don't really see any value in it right now for myself. Maybe if I had 10,000 people on this list it'd be a little different. But for everyone, you're probably going to be sending this to the entire list. Okay? So go ahead and click on that. Name your campaign. So this is just for you for the admin side. So you can just say test email marketing campaign blah blah blah, whatever. Right? Now you're gonna have two subject lines. So like I said, when I said you should change this to change this subject line, that's what should have been there because I haven't changed it to that again. It's on a different list. But if you have your default, that's what it's gonna say is have you heard what's happening in real estate lately? That sounds really boring. Okay, and I've sent that out before on mistake, and that sounds, again, really boring. Who's going to open this email? Probably no one. Okay, so you want to change it. You want to make a catchy heading. So I think I make some pretty good headlines up. How to generate 4 passive sales from past clients. Hey, who doesn't want that, right? Everyone wants 4 passive sales from past clients. How do I do it? All right, and then maybe I'll change it up and say email marketing generates 4 extra sales per year. Just say it like that. So now it's the same message that I'm trying to get across, but 2 different ways of saying it. So now I'm going to test out which was the best one. Okay, real simple. Now the from name. It used to be Excellence Duo. Now I'm just plain old Jonathon Villaescusa, the boss. No, I'm just kidding. Now your reply to email. That's my old email, so I got to change that to the new email. Now you're going to personalize the to field. Okay, so remember that when we set up the list, it said first name, last name, all that. The beautiful thing about this system is it already does this technical stuff for you. So it's going to pull the first name and it's going to say to John, to Jane, to Mary. It's going to put in their first name for you. You don't have to do any of that coding. All you have to put in is the content. Pretty easy. Now email tracking, beautiful. Track opens, track clicks, track plain text clicks. I also add Google Analytics because I'm just that much more tech savvy. If you guys have Google Analytics for your website, I highly suggest you link it to this so you can start seeing in your Google Analytics how many visits you're getting out of your email campaign. And if you know anything about Google Analytics, you can also track purchases. So to me, a purchase for this would be somebody clicking on the register tab for tickets, right? Because to me, they bought it. Whatever I'm trying to sell, they bought it. So that's what you want to try and do. That's another class, more technical, but if you do have it, try and get that established in here as well. Now, who here loves social media? None of you, right? Oh wait, we're in the 20th century now, right? So you're going to probably auto-connect this to Twitter as well. So if you have a Twitter account, automatically set it up. Now what are you going to do for down here? This is going to be your tweet, right? So usually I just take the one I think is going to win. And to me, the one I think is going to win is email marketing generates 4 extra sales per year. So that's the one I'm going to copy. That's going to be my tagline. Where it says URL, it's going to put a shortened URL to go to this email so they can sign up for more, right? And I also created my own hashtag. So my hashtag is Excellence RE Homes. So anytime anyone looks for anything Excellence RE Homes, this is what they're going to find. If they can click on it, they'll see a whole column of everything I send out. Isn't it good to be categorized? If they find you and they see 10,000 tweets from you in a year, I think so too. You don't want to be scattered. You want to be focused. Now, next one is connect to Facebook. You want to allow comments. Why wouldn't you? Right? Just makes perfect sense. No, don't blow up my message. That's the worst thing I've ever heard of. So you want to allow comments. You also, if you can, connect it to Facebook. Okay? I have mine automatically connected. It might be just a glitch in the system, but as soon as I send out the email, it posts to my wall. Do you guys need chairs? I think there's some right here. If those are, don't be shy. It's all right. Next portion is design. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can kind of show you the different options. Now it's going to say select a template option. You can do a drag and drop editor, basic, pre-designed, or my templates. So basic, this is what I typically do for everything. It gives you a basic layout. Where there's a picture supposed to be, there's a gray box and it says click to insert picture. Where there's text, you just highlight and put in your new content. Okay. Pre-designed. This is more for holiday stuff. Okay. It already has a nice picture of a turkey or Santa or drunk people for what's the end of the year one? New Year's. Hey, sometimes you have to be a little controversial. So it already has that pre-done. So when I do send those out, that's what I click on. And I'm not really that creative with it, but I am trying to be more creative with those pre-designed ones. So with the pre-designed, what I try to do, like with Valentine's Day, I know men have a horrible rapport with getting gifts for their wife or their girlfriend or their mother for Valentine's Day. So what do I send out the day before? I send out, hey, don't forget to send your wife or your significant other or your mom flowers. Here's a link to go to whatever. Here's a coupon. So I'm adding value to it. I'm not trying to sell them nothing, just trying to say, hey, I'm here to help you out. Get some flowers for your wife. Get some flowers for your mom, whatever the case may be. Okay? And if I help them out and I switch to click and, oh, I didn't forget, they're going to remember me. Okay? Same thing for, upcoming this Thanksgiving. What comes after Thanksgiving? Black Friday. Maybe you scour the internet and find some crazy, insane deals. Okay? Send it out a couple of days before so that they can get it and they know where to go. Maybe there's everyone keeps telling me there's at Sam's Club they have I think it's a Vizio 55-inch for about $1,100. LED, 240 hertz, 1080p. I mean the TV should probably cost about $1,500 and it's $500 underpriced. Okay, so maybe I'll send that out to everyone. Hey, this is a great deal on a TV if you're looking to buy one. Take that one step further. Say they actually buy the TV and they put it up before and they have a family party. They're not going to see it for Thanksgiving, but they have a big event for Christmas. And then they have everyone over and they say, oh, that's a nice TV. Where'd you get that from? Oh, I got it from this place. Yeah, my realtor emailed me a great link of where to buy it, get this great deal. Oh, really? My realtor didn't email me nothing like that. Dang, you have a really good realtor. Can I get his information? And that's how you become the talk of the town this holiday season. Doing these little tiny things. You don't have to sell them nothing. Just help them out. Would that work? Does that sound like BS or does that sound really legitimate? Right? So you just have to be creative. Stop doing what everyone else is doing. Be different. Another great way to send emails is send emails after the day because everyone is sending them before the day of. Send it the day after Thanksgiving. Did you have a great Thanksgiving? I know I did. Just letting let you know that today on Black Friday there's these great deals going on. Thought you might be interested. I'll be out fighting for these gifts as well or whatever and so on and so forth. So be a little bit edgier. Think different than what everyone else is doing. Everyone sends email marketing on the day of Thanksgiving, and it says the same thing. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you have any people that want to send me or what is that same phrase? The biggest gift I can receive or the best compliment I can receive is the referral from family and friends. How many of you have that on the back of your card? Don't be shy. I know half you do. It's all right. It used to be good call to action. Now it might be a little bit different. I'm putting on all my cards just so you guys can get a flavor. Ask me how I can turn you into a homeowner in 21 days or less. That sound a little bit better? Heck yeah, because most agents aren't going to say that. Or what about this for sellers? Ask me about my 45-day home sold guarantee. What other realtors are doing that? Not really any. Put your name to the test. Okay, people are tired of working with people that don't believe in their product. I believe in my product. I know I can make a homeowner in 21 days or less. They sign a contract, but they have to do it my way. Okay, if they don't do it my way, I don't give them that guarantee. Same thing with a home sold in 45 days or less. They do it my way, or I don't guarantee I can sell it in 45 days or less. Okay? So it's just little things you have to start developing on your own to get it moving. But to start, I'm going to do the hard one, and I'm going to click on Basic. And it's not hard, it's just a little bit more work. Okay. So click on Basic. Now here's the beautiful thing. You get to pick out the layout. Okay. So what do you want to do? This column, this column, this column, whatever you're looking for, it has everything that you could possibly want. Now, most of the time, I send out an email that looks more similar to this, or even possibly this. Okay, have my banner up on top because I always got to brand myself. I have a very big ego, and then I have the next two things underneath it. Okay, and usually it's something I've just done and something I'm going to do. That sounds pretty legitimate, right? Something I just did, something I'm going to do. So for this example, that's what I'm going to click on. So basic 2-column. Okay, now once you set this up, it's automatically going to link colors from your website as well. Okay, so that's why it looks really dull and gray like this, because the background to my website is gray. I don't want a bright yellow in the background. That would just be a complete eyesore. And first thing you're going to want to do, up on top. Can you guys see this? Zoom in a little bit more. That better? Okay. So you can't read it, but it's going to say use this area to offer a short teaser of your email's content. Okay, so again, next to your name where it says Jonathon Villaescusa, where it says from name, you're seeing where it starts reading the message. This is that. So try and fit in something that's going to catch them in about a tweet's worth, 140 characters or less, because that's probably what they're going to see. If that interests them, they're going to open it. Again, you got to get these good subject lines, right? So on here, I'm just going to say, learn how I leverage email marketing and generate additional 4 sales per year with less than 30 minutes a month. That'd be pretty catchy, right? 4 sales, 30 minutes a month. That sounds good to me. All right, so we'll just click on Save Now. That's going to save that as the teaser part of our message. Now down here you can click on Edit, Design Header, Remove, or Use Image. So for this one we're going to click on Use Image. And I recommend you doing this and becoming a brander of your own content. So my stuff is always the same. Anyone see the same thing on my emails? No. It's the same yellow and black banner, my name, Excellence Real Estate Marketing Events. I want people to know that's who I am, that's what I do, and it doesn't change. Have you ever seen McDonald's change their logo? Sears, all these companies that have the same image. So that's what you want to try and do. Create an image that's going to stay the same for a very long time. You don't want to be changing things around. So I already have mine uploaded, but if you didn't, you could click on Browse for Files. But once you get this uploaded the one time, you can click on Images over here to the left. And this does a great job of keeping all your images in there. So I'm going to select that one. It's automatically going to crop and resize it to the size it needs to be, so you don't have to worry about that. Alternate text. Now, just in case they have images turned off, you can put Excellence Real Estate or whatever slogan you want to use, or whatever your company name is, your name. You can put whatever you want in here. All this is saying is if the images are turned off and that beautiful banner doesn't show up, this will show up instead, because you don't want it to be a blank space. You want it to say something. So Excellence Real Estate, marketing events by Jonathon Villaescusa. So again, if they don't see that, that's what they're going to see. Now URL, I don't know why it hasn't updated, but you're going to want this to either go to your homepage or to the page where you want them to send them to. Because if they click on this, and more than likely they will, you want them to go directly to your content. Now if you already have the page set up, if you want them to go to your Facebook, maybe you copy your Facebook URL and put it in there. Okay. If it's a specific listing on your website, get that whole address and put it in there. Okay. Whatever you're trying to send them to, that's where you want them to go. You really never want anyone to go to your homepage. That's the worst thing you could probably do with internet marketing, is have them land on your homepage. Worst thing. Okay. And as always, you're always going to want them to click on this and open it into a new window. Okay, so that way if they click X, they're still in your email. You still got their attention. They're not completely gone yet. Okay, so we're going to click on Save and Insert Image. Beautiful. There's my nice, beautiful banner that's on the same thing for everything. Next to, you're going to click on insert your image here. So click on Edit. And I'm just going to go through this really fast and put a generic image in here. This is my past listing, so I'm just going to put 15506 Wilder and blah blah blah. Okay, this again would go to your homepage, or sorry, to the specific page for this listing. Okay, everyone know how to grab specific links? Just go to your website, find the page, hover up on top, highlight that. Everyone good? If you're not, it's okay. There's no stupid questions. Okay. Again, open a new window. So there's our picture for that one. And now you're going to go onto your content. So click on edit again. So heading, again, that more than likely, this is what you have to make is very creative, you know. Remodeled, buy with 3,000 down. That's probably about as catchy as you can make it. And then down here you're going to put in some nice little teasers about the property. Beautifully remodeled home, tile floor throughout, wood floors throughout, brand new kitchen, bathrooms. Seller is negotiable with financing. Be able to purchase this home with as little as $3,000 down. Whatever works, put that in there. And again, play to the masses. The less they have to put down, the more interest you're going to get. Okay, after you're done, you're going to click on Save Now. Then again for the next thing as well. So maybe you can put something right next to it and say, you know, interested in refinancing. Rates are at historic lows at 3.5%. Ask me about how I can lower your payment by up to $1,000 a month. That's really catchy. You got everyone's attention. And if they're refining, they may be possible sellers, right? They might just be interested in buying and they didn't know what rates were. Wow, rates are that low. Let's sell it. Let's move somewhere else. Be creative with your emails. Down here at the bottom, if you have your social media accounts hooked up, it's going to say follow on Twitter, friend on Facebook, forward to a friend. Forward to a friend is for email. So hopefully you do get that. That means they're sharing the love. And hopefully you get it for Twitter and for Facebook as well. Okay? And then down here, these are just automatically pre-built things for your email list. Okay? Good with this part? Now, say you didn't want that gray. The gray's just killing you. You can click on background. And boop, there we go. So now say you wanted to change the color, and there's pre-made colors. You can put, let's just go with blood red, let's just say. I think I gotta zoom out. There we go. So that could be what your email looks like. Does that look too good? Probably not. So let's go ahead and change the color again. Let's do black. Let's see if black looks better. Does that look better? Yes, no. I mean, everything with colors is going to vary. I think most people prefer like a light blue. That's probably okay, but it depends again on your company colors. If you're black and yellow like me, it's probably not going to work out the best. So that's why I just stick with the generic gray and let it go out like that. Because more than likely, they're not going to see all this gray. They're just going to see a small border of that gray. Okay, so they're not going to see a whole lot of it. Good with this part? Alrighty. On to the next one. Plain text. Now this is automatically going to copy all the information you wrote in by hand. So as long as it says up here this text part was automatically generated from your HTML content, please look it over and make sure everything was converted correctly. If it's in green, you're good. It should have copied everything perfectly. If it's in red, that means it didn't work. Go back and redo it. Okay, so if you have to go back and redo it, you click on design, and then you come back to plain text. Simple? Okay. Next part is confirm. This is your make it or break it. This is where you're going to test, make sure everything looks legit. So as long as they're green, you don't have to worry about fixing them. You may also want to double check your subject A and subject B lines to make sure there's no typos. Okay? And again, when you come down to the bottom, you're probably going to want to preview and test and pull in your colleague. Have them proofread your email and have as many people as you can do it. Because the worst thing that can happen is you send out an email with typos and then you look like a goofball. I've done it. And I get criticized all the time for sending out bad email. Family and friends, an English teacher, and she says, Jonathan, I'm an English teacher and I've raised your family and you have all these typos and grammatical errors. Sorry, real estate's my major, not English. No, but really, you guys should have someone look over it if you can. Okay, it really is advisable. Okay. Now, send now, you probably don't want to push that button, again, because you're just testing this stuff out. Until you become experienced with it and you know that you're going to get the open rate you want, the click rate that you want, and everything like that, never click on send now. Click on schedule. Okay, so schedule. So when are we going to send this? Well, depends when you want to do it. So let's just say we were sending this out right before Thanksgiving, so we're going to do it on probably not Wednesday because people are taking the day off and they're not opening emails, so we're going to do it on Tuesday. Right? We're going to be really proactive and smart about it. So we're going to do it 2 days before Thanksgiving. And let's just say the test, we're going to do it at, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning because people are probably not even be taking that day off early. For most Americans, they probably already are. And we're going to do AM, exactly 11 o'clock AM. And after you're done, you would go ahead and click on schedule, and you're done. Sound good? All right, now I'm going to come back over to A and B split, and I'm going to show you how to do it by delivery date and times. So we're going to do this, and we are going to, it doesn't let you change it on this one. Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to come back to confirm. So now where it says schedule, you have 2 different dates and 2 different times to schedule this. So how are you going to really test this out? Well, to start off, whenever you send it out, if you're going to send it out on the 20th, okay, maybe you're going to send one at 6 o'clock, or okay, we'll say 7 in the morning, and then we'll say the other one for 11 a.m. Okay, 2 different time zones, okay, or not really time zones, time frames. Or maybe you want to test it a little bit differently. Maybe you think, oh, 7 a.m. is bad, maybe 7 p.m. is better. So maybe you're going to test 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Again, you have to know your client. So it's all testing, and it's going to take you a few months of testing to get this all done. Unless you send out a lot of email, then you can get these kinks worked out a little bit faster. Okay. After you're done, click on schedule. Good with that part? Yes.
If you preview and test, can you send it to yourself?
Yep. Yeah, if you click on preview and test, we'll just say open up pop-up preview. Can you guys see this? Preview and test, pop-up preview. And it's going to give you a guide. Your email shouldn't be much more than 600 pixels wide. So this is pretty much what they're going to see in the email. So like I said, it's just a small gray border, not a big gray space. Okay, so it looks good gray like that now. Then you can scroll down, preview it. And now where it says forward to a friend, you can just forward to it directly from the preview. You enter in your friend's information. First name, email address, your full name, your email address. Say, hey, test this real quick. And then put in the code and send the email, and it forwards it off to him. Okay, very simple. And again, if you wanted to switch this up on top, you could, this is in desktop view right now. You could switch it over to mobile view. Now again, it's going to look like that way, but if you rotated the phone, it's more than likely going to show the entire email, right? The iPhone does a pretty good job of that. Good with that part? All right, now let's get into the fun stuff. Analytics. Who likes analytics? Everyone?
When you're on A and B split, when you have the option to choose regular old campaign or whatever, if you don't have the A and B split, what do you?
Regular old campaign. Regular old campaign, I'm not testing anything. I'm just going to send it to the subject line I put in, and I'm going to send it to the either send now or whatever time I know I'm going to send it to, that's it. And I'm going to schedule it. And that's what I do right now. I don't really do any more split campaigns unless it's something brand new that I'm pushing. You know, events, I advertise them pretty much the same way. 9:30 to 10 o'clock is when I send them out. Subject line's pretty much the same way. Try to create something catchy for agent's attention, and I send it out. Okay, and then once I'm done, I replicate that email. I'll show you that a little right now as well. So after you, did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about, can you print one?
Print one what? An email?
Well, obviously you can, but can you print one as a hard copy? You know, it goes into the like a flyer, like.
Yeah, I've never done it, but I'm sure you could. Yeah, I'm sure you could. I've just never done it. I've never printed off.
It's not on there as an option, right? You have to like just download it, save it as a PDF, and then probably print it.
Me, I would probably just do a screenshot of it and print it out that way. If you guys know how to take screenshots, that's probably what I would do. easiest way to do it, and print it out that way. Now the nice thing about this is, say we're all done with this, and again I'm not going to save that. Make sure I didn't save that. I'm going to delete this because I don't need it. But let's say you can see email marketing, email marketing, email marketing. See, these are all replicates of the same email. Okay, I really didn't change anything except the subject line, and that was it. So how do I do that? Well, after you complete it, you can click on campaigns up here on top, and it's going to show you your campaigns. Now hover over it. Wow, there's a button right there that says replicate. How easy is that? Replicate. And there everything is. They're already all done. The pictures are in there. The content's in there. All you got to do, if you want to change anything, is go back to setup. You can change your subject line. So when I first send this out, it's not going to say just 24 hours left to get your tickets. That would make no sense. So again, the only thing I'm really changing is my subject line. Then I'm jumping back over to confirm, and I'm changing the schedule time. Okay, simple enough. So again, you could have the same thing go out a year from now. All you did was change the date and time. Really easy to put all this stuff on autopilot. So let's go back over to MailChimp again. So we're all good? Before we move forward, any questions before we jump into the nitty-gritty? Dang, I should just quit and be a teacher, man. Alright, so up on top you can click on reports. And this is the beautiful part about MailChimp, because along with sending nice email at no cost, you get to see everything detailed about what you're doing. You get to see your progress. Okay? So you can see everything by list. This is a very basic overview of the entire list that you send out. Okay? But more importantly, what you want to look at is individual reports for each email. How to make each one better and how to do it. So we'll just take a look at one, email marketing, copy one. And here's a basic overview of one email. So it's going to compare your list with what you're doing to your industry standards. So when you set this up, you're going to say, I'm in real estate. And they have everyone that does real estate, all their averages. Okay, so you can test yourself against the open market. Now I've gotten really good. Like I said, my industry standard is 18.3% for real estate, and I'm getting a 21% open rate. So I'm 3% better than the industry. Unopened, the industry standard is 79%. Unopened, I'm at 78.5, so I'm 1% lower than the industry standard. Clicks, my clicks were low at 1.3, the industry standard was 2.6, so I need some improvement there. And you can see your unsubscribers, your complaints, and then ROI would only be used if you were actually making purchases through this. And again, whatever you're doing, for me, events are my purchase. If you signed up for tickets, that's a purchase for me. Even though I didn't make any money, that's a purchase. For you, people signing up a form, that's a purchase. Okay, whatever your goal is. Now it gives you some more things down here. Successful deliveries, 614. Just some very basic overviews of it. Then it gets down into the social media, so you can see all the tweets that went out with it, and then you can see opens by geographic location. So on this one, it was 176 opens in the USA. And believe it or not, some people open this email like in Spain or Australia, Mexico, Europe. They're probably on vacation, you know, but they're still opening it. Must be that important. So you can go through the whole list and take a look at all that. Now the other nice thing you can do is you can see on URLs clicked, and this is where I like to pay close attention. So with URLs clicked, you can say this URL was clicked on 7 times, this URL was clicked on 1 time. So let's focus on the one that was clicked on 7 times. And this looks like the link for them to buy a ticket. So there were 7 clicks. And wow, look at, there's everyone's name that clicked on it. There's all their information. That's the country or the company they work for, their phone numbers, and their member rating. So you can see everyone on there was a 5 or 4 star, and they clicked on it. So I know, hey, maybe I can, if I had a little bit more time, I could call these people. Hey, notice you clicked on it. Did you sign up for the tickets? Just want to confirm. Are you coming? You know, you can start doing other additional things like that. Okay. You can also click on opened. Right? So you had I had 129 people open this. So maybe I'm going to go through this and I'm going to say, hey, saw you open my email. Did you sign up? Did you want to come? Did you want to RSVP? Hey, you're a salesman. Do your job. That's what you guys should be doing all the time, right? If you guys are doing an event, call them up. Hey, saw that you clicked on my email. Just wanted to see if you had gotten your free tickets. If not, I can do that for you right now over the phone. It's just going to take me a few seconds. Do you have time to do that? No. Okay. Call you back in 10 minutes. The other nice thing about this list is you can click on everything and go through it. Now, the most important thing to myself is member rating. Oops. It should sort that. Okay, maybe it's not on this. Something changed. Okay, but usually it'll allow you to sort this information. It'll put it from 5-star to 1-star or vice versa. And maybe because it's for an individual campaign, it's not going to do that, but I'll jump over to the other part right now. And that's basically it for each individual campaign for what you're looking for. Now, if you go over into your lists, you still with me? Okay. If you go over into your lists, this is where I make a lot of my follow-up calls. This is where I know who to contact because I can see that they're opening, clicking, they got the hot button on them. So I'm going to go down to my list, click on subscribers, so I can see everyone that's in my list now. So there's 624 people on the list. And what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to click on member rating. So there's all my 1-stars. Don't really need to contact them because they're not doing much. Click on it again, and there's all my 5-stars. So I can export this data, print it out, and I can start making phone calls. Or I could just do it all online. I don't have Bill phone number, but I can start with Chris. Say, hey Chris, let's view Chris. Let's go into some details.
Are stars related to like activity?
Yeah, exactly. Opens and clicks. Opens and clicks. It takes everything into consideration. So you'll have all your information with the individual. You'll be able to go down and then, hey, activity history. They opened my email marketing, was sent, opened, was sent, opened, was sent, opened, and you can just keep going through all the way down. Okay, so my last email that was sent to them was 5/26 of this year, and they've basically opened everything. They've clicked on everything. So they are pretty, they probably like what I say, what I do. So I'm going to call them up and say, hey Chris, noticed that you've been getting my emails, saw that you got my last email marketing and you opened it up and I didn't see you at the event. Just wanted to see if there's anything I can maybe do for you, blah, 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 whatever your sales pitch is. Okay? How many of you do this database stuff right now? No one, right? One of you? Is it this detailed or is it just cold calling it?
No, it's not this detailed and it's not this automatic.
So that's the nice thing about it, is you know who to contact. And all of us, I know, we always set up 2 hours a day to contact our database and call them. Not, right? Email marketing puts this on like an autopilot for you. You set this up. How many of you could call 600 people in 30 minutes? Probably not. Not going to happen. You could do it with email.
Can you show us where you just add in like a single contact? You know, you just meet somebody and
Yeah.
Say, you show me your list.
Okay, so for that one, you're going to go into your list and click again on the list that you want, and you're going to click on subscribers again. And then it's going to say up on the top, subscribe. Okay, so you click on subscribe, you enter in all their information. Now when you set up your account, it's going to ask you what information you want. Now myself, everything for my list is required. First name, email, last name, cell phone, and company. Because I also want to know what companies are doing bad. Like if I have 30 agents from one company that are all hot for what I'm teaching, it tells me, hey, this broker is not giving them the training they need. That's who I need to put the hammer down on and try and get them in my office. Makes sense, right? So that you got to be smart with what you guys are doing. And then also on email type, you're going to click on HTML, okay? Because you want it to be in the most pretty format possible. And then again, down at the bottom, you're going to have to say, this person has given me permission to add him or her to my list. Okay. Now, if you had, say you went to a networking event and you got 50 cards and you put them on a CSV, instead of doing this one by one, you do it on your CSV and you import the list right here up on top and go through that same process I already described. So it's very simple. That's basically it. Got through it actually a little bit faster than I thought. So I guess we can do some Q&A right now. You guys have anything?
How do you set it up to do it like every? You set up to do it every month or every?
I make up an email once a month, and that's pretty much it. I don't like sending a lot of email because I don't want to be over bombarded. If you wanted to, you can go through the entire process and set up your your drip campaign for the whole year. It'd probably take you 4 or 5 hours to do it. Again, stuff like top producer, those are good, but it's all generic kind of information. You again want to personalize it. So that, like I said, the idea of finding a great deal for Black Friday, finding a good deal for Valentine's Day. Those are things that you want to look for because it's valuable information to them, and that's what's going to help keep you in the loop for them. Again, if you're always selling someone, they're not going to buy from you. If you help them out every step of the way, then they're probably going to come back to you. You know, it's like when you walk on a car lot. Hey, you want to buy this car? You automatically have that guard up. Get away from me. So now that most car lots, they're smart. They let you sit and take a look and really try and get in the car before you have any questions. What are you looking for? Right? Not trying to, hey, buy this car. This is a great deal. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Best salesman, listen, not talk. And everyone heard that one before?
Yep.
All right. Just making sure I'm not alone.
So when you send out this mail, it pops up as an email or just?
Yeah, when you send it all out, let me log over into my Gmail and see if I have a past event. And let's see here. And let's just say, all right, Jonathon Villaescusa. Here's a perfect example. So it was from Jonathon Villaescusa. Would you like to be the talk of your client's holiday season? ... Me too, right? Everyone wants that. I think I was explaining a little bit earlier how that could be done. So click on it. Display images below. So see how it was disappeared. I had to click on it to display the images. This is how it will look. Okay? So you see the...
It's not an attachment.
No, it's not an attachment. Everything is going to be seen just like this. Unless they have images turned off, like my browser just did, you have to turn them on. Okay? But that's basically, they should be able to see everything just like it is right here. Okay? So it does it beautifully. There's your banner up on top, your message, what the event's going to be about, my location, and this is my purchase button, attend event. Boom, they click on it, and they're gonna go. They can't buy tickets anymore because it's already in progress, but that would have been a purchase for me. Click on that and register. Okay.
So how you got the mapping?
It's already set up through Eventbrite. That's a different. That's a completely different system than this. But if you wanted to, you know, your address is down here at the bottom. If you wanted to be really keen, you could go on, copy that, go on Google Maps, paste it in there, create the link, and then add it in there. So they could click on it and find your address automatically on Google Maps, and then do directions. Okay, but everyone I think has an iPhone 5 now, and they just say, "Hey Siri, directions to blah blah blah," right? I love Siri. There's no need for an assistant anymore. Siri, make me an appointment at 3 o'clock. Siri, remind me at 2 to pick up a coffee. Cancel my next appointment.
What's the easiest way to get contacts from Google email into?
From Google email into this, you can actually, I think, I haven't done this for a while.
Export or CSV?
There is an export button on here. Let me see if I can remember it. Okay, you know what? I'll import. I don't know. Let me see. You guys want me to try and figure this question out right now? All right. Export Gmail contacts. Gmail contacts, more actions, export. Perfect. So Gmail and more, right? Is that it? Yeah, more. Did I pass contacts?
I think it's in the top right above compose. Right above compose where it says Gmail. Is it drop down?
Oh, there we go. So here we go. Gmail, left-hand side, contacts. And I guess you're going to select all right here. And export. Done deal.
Cool.
That's it. So every email provider should have that. So, any other questions?
So they should be able to see the images because I know some people get them like as little boxes with little
X's.
or-
That's what that alternate text was. So if they have images turned off,
Okay.
instead of the image showing, it'll say Excellence Real Estate Marketing Events by Jonathon Villaescusa.
So they'll still get something.
They still will get something correct. So that's why it's every line you really want to scrutinize your work because you don't want to look like a jack and send off some half done email.
There's no way to avoid that thing, that little red box in the the image. That's just because they have the image turned off, right? You can't
Which one?
bypass that.
Yeah, if it's turned off, that's their settings. They have to turn it back on. So even on mine, it's turned on, but for some reason that image comes out different because the other image was there, just not the one banner on top. So I had to turn it back on. But for most people, I think it's automatically going to be on. Maybe Gmail just has a little bit more security measures installed. But for the most part, it should all be there. Did you guys all get it?
Yeah.
Did I fly through it too fast? All right. Well, sounds good. Hopefully this event was recorded, or it should have been at least. I'll put this up as soon as I can, and hopefully I'll see you guys in another 2 weeks or so.